Hey guys, Rickadoozle coming here on a Land the Plane Friday. It is May 8th, 2026, and we've got some news to talk about before we dive into some of the content. So, I think the biggest piece of news today is that the NFL schedule has been reported by Alex Sherman of CNBC, pretty trustworthy, that it will be released next Wednesday or Thursday. So that's less than a week from today. I talked about why the schedule matters in my NFL calendar episode. Go back and watch that. It's pretty evergreen. Second thing, I'm going to Google it on the spot for you. Aaron Rodgers news. Oh, look, he's visiting Pittsburgh. Pretty cool. Yeah, I tweeted about that last night. I think details came out midday yesterday. And if you're not subscribed to the Fantasy Life newsletter, you did not find out about that until probably just now. So go ahead and subscribe to that. Super useful information. And with that, let's jump into what the implications of some of this are. So, Aaron Rodgers returning. He is, I believe, going very late. In fact, yeah, 196. That's not going to last. He's going to move up. Simple as that. It increases our quarterback depth in the later rounds, but I don't really think it increases our upside. He has enough weapons there between Michael Pittman, DK Metcalf, and Jeremy Bernard to continue to churn out first downs, as well as Jalen Warren and Rico Dowdle in the backfield. And I think that offense should stay on schedule with the increased weaponry, along with the drafting of Iheanacho from Arizona State in round one. I think he's a mountain of an offensive lineman, needs some work, but he'll be a refrigerator on the offensive line at worst. So, great. Your Steelers are going to move up in price, probably. I think this has the biggest impact on the weapons. Michael Pittman, if you look at some of Matt Harmon's analysis, he runs routes in the same area of the field as Aaron Rodgers likes to throw, that short, middle, crossing kind of routes. However, Aaron Rodgers is a YOLO guy, and he's not going to go out without swinging. And I think there's potential for him to connect with DK Metcalf on some spike plays this year. I also like DK to be a valuable part of a lot of best ball lineups. And, a kind of streaky spike week play in season long. All right. So the landing the plane topic I want to talk about today is drafting running backs in a ZeroRB build. I see a little bit of fervor kind of percolating in the space about ZeroRB coming back, people trying it out, especially on some of the So You Think You Can Tout videos that are coming out right now. It's really hard to land the plane in ZeroRB. So when you do ZeroRB, you generally will start with a running back, your first running back picked in this round 5 to 6 range. A more extreme example of ZeroRB would be picking your running back in round 7 or later. But, I mean, look at what we're getting into here. Starting with Ramondre Stevenson, we're thinking of a timeshare running back where his teammate is going ahead of him in Trevion Henderson. Then you get true timeshares with R.J. Harvey, Jalen Warren, Kyle Monangai with DeAndre Swift, Rico Dowdle with Jalen Warren, Blake Corum with Kyron Williams, J.K. Dobbins, Chris Rodriguez, JCM. I mean, you theoretically get a starting running back here in Aaron Jones, but everything is timeshare, guys. So you really want to be focusing on running backs in this range because after you get past the timeshare guys, we don't know if Jonah Coleman's going to play, at least early in the season. Keaton Mitchell, 8 to 12 snap guy. Woody Marks, similar. Zach Charbonnet, massive injury. Tyler Algier probably gets a goal line snaps, but how many touchdowns did they score on a terrible, what would it be a terrible Arizona Cardinals offense? Isaiah Pacheco, great offense, but how much does he have left in the tank? Tajay Spears, interesting. They didn't draft a running back in Tennessee. And if we think the general offensive touchdowns are going to rise as Cam Ward takes a step forward, I think he could be an interesting target. So when you're looking at drafting running backs late in the draft in a zero RB build, because that's really what you're going to be doing after you load up on your wide receivers, quarterbacks, and tight ends, what you really want to make sure you do is let's not pick stinkers back here, right? If you're trying to really hit home runs, you need some production, guaranteed production early, like a Ramondre Stevenson, a Tony Pollard, a Chuba Hubbard, who we're pretty sure are going to start the season. But if you're starting out builds with Jalen Warren, Kyle Monangai, some more extreme RB builds, you need points back here. So the guys you're looking at are guys you can reasonably expect to score points. The Tyrone Tracy's, the maybe Tajay Spears of the world. I mean, Tyler will be on the field. They paid him, but I don't know how many touchdowns Arizona is going to score, and I want to play for upside, especially earlier in the season when I'm taking a lot more risk. I want to be compensated for that risk. So once you get past that 180 range, I mean, we're looking at pure handcuffs in Mike Washington, Bigsby, Emmett Johnson. Alvin Kamara has piqued some interest recently on the news that he's not retiring and he's happy with his teammate Travis Etienne in the backfield, and he has some sneaky contingent value upside. It's not pretty, but it's there. But after that, once again, pure handcuff back. So going back to the original point, when you're doing zero RB and you push running back, you really need to think, what do I have to start with? Do I have an upside guy like Bashel Tutin or Jadarian Price as my first running back? Also, don't draft Jadarian Price at this price. It's terrible. Or do I have maybe an RJ Harvey or a Kyle Monangai or a Blake Corum? If you have an upside guy, you need guaranteed points. If you have a Ramondre Stevenson, Chuba Hubbard, you've tacked on an Aaron Jones or something, then you can shoot the moon a little bit more in risky builds. So I'm going to cut this video off here just for the purpose of keeping it short, but I'll have more about Zero RB on further Land the Plane Fridays.